switching gears a little bit. We're going from streaming and
money,
uploading files and stuff. Let's talk a little bit about like performing live. Now, you were on tour with Flobots back in the spring. I went to a show at Chop Shop, and I've been to a number of your guys' shows. But this one's a little different. Like, not that you guys weren't before, but you guys were like crisp and sharp. Like, there was a honing of performing skills that I saw that I was just like kind of impressed by. I'm like, you guys are really.
Mind if I put my foot up here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, buddy.
Nice.
Put my feet in your face.
You guys are really like hitting your stride performing live.
Thanks, dude.
You know,
Thank
you guys are doing all the stuff in the studio. I know how hard you guys work here, and then to see you guys perform live like that and just crush it, it was cool.
Thank you,
It's
man.
cool, man.
I think that's attributed to, well, one, we're just getting better, spending more time. The four of us are really a family with Zach Marks and Andrew Lawrence. And, like, you also saw us on, I think it was, like, night 3 or 4 of the tour. So we'd gotten, there's something about playing every night that you get, you get, like, road tight. By the end of that tour, that 45 minutes was just...
Yeah, not only playing every night, but playing exactly the same thing every night. It just gets tighter. And the way that I think about it is the set gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and then looser and looser. And, like, it gets more and more perfect, sort of, during a tour that length, during like the first half, like a week and a half, something like that. It's like you make little mistakes and you adjust and you fix them for the next night, and then eventually it gets like diamond hard, and then you can start just playing around where everybody knows the material, and so they can do things that are going to surprise the rest of the band, and so then it like
starts getting
loosens
new
up
again
in a really cool way.
Oh, that's cool.
We've also, we've now been with Zach for 8 or 9 years, and we've now been with Andrew for about 7 or something, 6 or 7, something like that, which is a significant amount of time.
Definitely is.
And everybody's extremely committed. And the live space is, I think, the thing that we take every aspect of this very seriously and so on and so forth, but we've taken the live show really seriously from the jump. And we've had a lot of outside pressure to be like, you guys should have a 2-man set, or you shouldn't have to rely on musicians and blah blah blah. You should make it more mobile and financially and so on and so forth. But Matt and I have always kind of drawn a line in the sand where it's like, look, we're building this thing in the live space as a band, and I think it's really starting to pay off. I think people are starting to see the value. That being said, Bones and I are now going to develop a 2-man set just to have 2 versions of the show. Should we get a last-minute offer to go on the road and open for somebody, and the boys can't do it because, they have full schedules and real lives.
This is a lot of maneuvering of schedules and dates.
Oh, it's a huge bitch, and they have sacrificed a ton to come on the road with us, and they've really made it about family and the music. We really are. I can't express how much we where we hold them very high, man. We love them. They're our brothers, and their families have become our families, and we're extremely tight. But yeah, man, sometimes we're in a place where we need to be really agile and take every offer that comes our way, and just be the hungrier band, right? Be the band that that'll work on a dime, and that'll just go get the opportunities. Like, Bonelang is gonna break in the live space. It's by us playing shows. That's where we're most compelling. Like, the whole, I feel like the central kind of thesis, the nuclei in the middle is the show. So we're gonna make a 2-man set, and I was always really adverse to it and kind of scared of it, but now I don't know, something happened to me mentally where I was like, dude, we can make something really, really compelling.
I've also seen a couple shows recently. Wow, how do I say this without sounding shitty? You go see a DJ and they press play. I know this is a hack joke that they just press play. They're doing more than that, but there is, if you're a musician and you go see a live show and it's 2 people on stage and they're doing less than you think they could do and the crowd is loving it, you look at that and you go, oh, we could make something cooler that I've just seen enough and been like, oh, we could tweak this, we could take it to the next level in a way that would be compelling.
So you're looking at it from the framework or perspective of, we're not chopping down or slimming down, cutting out what we do best. It's how can we create something different and equally as
equal
cool.
value. Yeah.
Equal value. Just a little bit more mobile. It's just a different thing you can now offer to the market.
It's the backpack set, man. Can we fit our show in a backpack and just hit the fucking road in my Mazda? No overhead, you know what I mean?
And that really
it's important.
That's where I'm getting with that's something I'm like really proud of this podcast. Like I went to Miami in April, and we recorded 2 in-person multicam episodes, and I literally was hands-free. Everything I needed was in my backpack, and I was just like, it was such a
that's incredible,
proud
buddy.
moment, you know.
Good for you, man.
gig bag
It's like
right there,
the mobility offers,
opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity.
That's why we're doing the 2-man thing.
Got to be lean and mean.
Yeah,
like the 4-man thing will always exist.
Always.
But we're in a weird spot in our career where we're going to start getting offers for tours, but we're not going to get started. People aren't going to be offering us a lot of money for tours. And so if you've got 4 people and a bunch of shit, you need a van and you need to put everybody up in a hotel room and there's mouths to feed and stuff like that. But if it's just Sam and I in that backpack that's sitting there, which is what it's going to be, and maybe I got to carry a keyboard or something, we can just get in his SUV and just sleep on somebody's couch. It's just...
However,
we just don't. It's literally not doable to bring everybody on the road, depending on what you're getting paid. And it's just
for no money, 4
years
years at a time. Yeah, it's they're like, again, and the guys are really committed. And as I said, they've sacrificed a lot to be there. But it's like you can't just constantly ask these dudes 2 weeks in advance to like drop all of their gigs
and give up a month of work
for 3.5 weeks. Where like the value of like, hey, give up the $5,000 of work you're going to do this month. Come on the road with us for
we'll
free.
Take care. We'll buy a sandwich.
We'll buy your sandwiches and we'll share beds. And then and they do it. Sometimes if there's like a lot of planning involved and they have time to like set up their life around it and stuff, but you can't just call them. I don't know if we're overexposing too much right now. Fuck it, whatever, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a family.
Start doing this.
We're so, but and that's fine to do, but you can't do it for 6 years, and then expect them to just keep being. You know what I mean? Like, so. However, I do want to say we did do this entire last tour, which was like 17 shows and like 17 goddamn days or some shit like that, in an SUV with the 4 of us, and we did it well.
Yeah, it was great.
Our tour game is tight. Like we're really efficient. We're like well planned. There's not too much stress on the road. The 4 of us really know how to get along, and like because it's planned so well, there's no fucked up surprises, and everybody kind of is committed to keeping to the itinerary. We don't have like fuck ups in our band. Like everybody behaves. We don't have anybody on the road with us like a tour manager or anything. So one person has to stay totally sober every single night to like do the driving. We would do the gig in whatever city, and then we would drive about an hour and a half to 2 hours out of the city, whatever we were city, towards the next city that night, and then stay in the middle of nowhere. So like the hotel was a little cheaper, and we cut some of the drive down the next day. And we were doing this shit with like it was just mechanical, clockwork. And I felt really good about it. Like we came back, all of us felt pretty good. We got along famously. There was no like bad blood or anything like that, which is really the morale was really, really high. So as the 4 of us, we're also really tight. Like we can do it. It's just about we know the kind of opportunities that we get. Like every now and then our agent will just call us and he's like, yo, this band's going on the road, their support just dropped, they're leaving in 4 days, can you guys do it? And we'll just be like, Bones and I just had like our life just explodes for like 12 hours. We're like looking at like how we can make it work, and 98% of the time we're just like, yes, just throw our fucking name in and see if that shit goes. But you can't just turn to these men with lives and just be like, hey guys, 4 days, you guys ready to rock? It's totally unfair, bro. Like
it's like going on vacation. You can ask your buddy, hey, can you go to Mexico for a week? And they could probably make it happen. If you ask them, can you go to Mexico for 6 weeks? They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking? No, I can't give up 6. I'm gonna get fired.
And by the way, I can't pay you
all of that money. Yeah.
By the way, you're gonna have to cover yourself down there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be exciting. I think the 2-man show will be really fun. It'll be fun for Matt and I to do.
Yeah.
But the 4-man will always be there, man. I love Bonelang as a band. when the money's there, it'll really only ever be that. But
we were talking about the difference in how do you handle individual platforms, and we were talking about how we're particularly excited about the live show. Like, some bands are really good for TikTok content. That's not us. We're never going to be the people who've got the like dope EDM breakdown that people can throw over their dance videos. But one thing we do really well is convert people live. That is, if there's 100 people in a room, 70 of those people are coming out Bonelang fans, whether they've seen us or not before.
Yeah.
And so it's like the highest return thing that we do is we get on stage and we fuck people up.
Yeah.
And that's how almost all of our fans have been found, is just opening for another band and making fans out of their fans.
Yeah.